The Celestial Academy's crystalline halls had never seen anything quite like Aliana. Before, she walked through the corridors with an ease that unnerved the other students, children of merchant princes from low-gravity worlds, diplomatic heirs from civilized core planets, and pampered offspring of the Galactic Council's elite. They floated more than walked, their bones hollow and fragile, their skin translucent under the station's carefully calibrated lighting. Aliana was different, solid, dense, heavy. James noticed her first during atmospheric composition class. While everyone else struggled with the oppressive 0.9 standard gravity setting, she sat relaxed, her posture perfect without effort. Her planet's designation flashed on her student file when he hacked it out of curiosity. Earth classification, Deathworld trash, came a familiar, grating voice. Zikther, a Valrian noble whose family controlled 3 systems, loomed over Aliana's table. His chitinous plates gleamed with expensive biomodifications, and his entourage of sycophants chittered behind him. In the Academy's social hierarchy, he was apex, untouchable. "This is a table for civilized species," Zikther continued, his translator rendering his clicks into standard with perfect condescension. "You don't belong here." The cafeteria went quiet. These confrontations were entertainment for the privileged. Aliana looked up slowly, her brown eyes meeting Zikther's compound ones. James, sitting 2 tables away, saw something flicker across her face. Not fear, not anger, but calculation. "Wait," she said simply. Zikther's mandibles spread in what passed for a Valrian smile. "Wait for what?" "For you to crawl back to your barbaric weight," Aliana repeated, standing. The movement was fluid, controlled. "Let me explain something about Deathworlds." James leaned forward. "Everyone did." "On Earth," Aliana began, her voice carrying effortlessly across the silent hall. "Our gravity is 1.2 standard. Our atmosphere is so corrosive that it literally rusts metal. Our weather systems generate enough energy to level cities. Our ocean predators grow larger than your passenger shuttles." Zikther clicked dismissively. "Primitive conditions, breeding primitive. I'm not finished." The steel in Aliana's voice made several students flinch. "Our star bombards us with radiation that would give you cellular degradation in hours. We have animals, common animals that could tear through your armor plating. Microorganisms that would eat you from the inside out. And plants. Did you know we have plants that are poisonous to touch?" She took a step forward. Zikther, nearly twice her height, instinctively stepped back. "We evolved in hell, Zikther. We climbed to the top of the food chain not because we were the strongest, we weren't. Not because we were the fastest, we weren't that either. We did it because we're persistent, because we don't stop, because when something tries to kill us, we study it, understand it, and then we make it extinct or turn it into a pet." James found himself grinning. Other students were "It's so when you say, I don't belong here," Aliana continued, her voice dropping to something quiet and dangerous. "What you mean is you've never met someone who had to earn their survival every single day. You've never met someone whose ancestors looked at a wolfer pack hunter, apex predator, and said, 'I'm going to make you love me.' Who looked at a massive horned herbivore and said, 'I'm going to drink what comes out of you.' Who looked at fire and said, 'I'm going to keep you in my cave.'" She was inches from Zikther now, and the Valrian noble was trembling. "We turned our own planet against us into a garden. We split the atom. We looked at the stars and decided they weren't far enough away. And you," she poked his chest plate with one finger. The sound echoed like a drum. "You think your family's money makes you dangerous?" The cafeteria was dead silent. "Here's what's going to happen," Aliana said conversationally. "You're going to apologize. Then you're going to leave. And then you're never going to speak to me again. Because if you do, I'll challenge you to a combat trial." "Combat trials are in 1.0 standard gravity." Zikther's voice shook. "His species evolved in 0.4. I know." Aliana smiled. It wasn't a nice smile. Zikther's entourage had already abandoned him. The noble himself looked at Aliana's relaxed stance, at the easy way she stood in what was to everyone else heavy gravity, at the predators.com in her eyes. "I apologize," he whispered, louder. "I apologize." It came out as a squeak. "Good, now leave." Zikther fled. His kitten plates clattered against each other in his haste. The cafeteria erupted in whispers. Aliana sat back down and resumed eating her meal as if nothing had happened. James, unable to contain his curiosity, approached her table. "That was incredible. Is it true, all of it?" Aliana looked up, and her expression softened. "Every word." "Want to sit?" James sat, his own lightweight frame settling carefully into the chair. "I'm James. Engineering track, Aliana xenobiology." She grinned. "Someone has to study all the dangerous creatures everyone else is afraid of." "Of course you are." James laughed. Then, more seriously, he's going to complain to the administration. His family has influence. Let him. Aliana's eyes gleamed. The Academy Charter requires cultural sensitivity training for anyone who displays species-based discrimination. It's a 3-month course, very intensive, and she leaned in conspiratorially. It's conducted at 1.0 standard gravity. James's eyes widened, then he burst out laughing. You planned this. I studied the rules. It's what humans do. She offered her hand. Friends. James took it, surprised by the strength in her grip. Friends. Though I have to ask, do you really have plants that are poisonous to touch? Poison ivy, stinging nettles, giant hogweed. Want me to keep going? Your planet is terrifying. Yeah, Aliana agreed, her smile warm now, genuine. But it's home. Around them, the cafeteria slowly returned to normal, but something had shifted. The human from the death world had drawn a line, and everyone knew. Cross it at your peril. Ziegther never did. In fact, he transferred to a different campus 2 weeks later. James and Aliana, meanwhile, became inseparable. As he would later tell anyone who asked, never underestimate a human. They didn't conquer their world by being weak. They did it by refusing to quit.